Look at this beautiful server. So tranquil, so calm. But in 7 days, all crimes, including murder, will be legal. Until then, we can't break into anyone's houses, commit tax fraud, and we definitely can't kill anybody. Will I be able to survive Purge Night, or will I be hunted down and killed? Welcome to the Purge. Welcome! We started the Purge right next to this unsuspecting village. Go! We immediately set our sights on it and descended upon the town and started looting the current population. Pillaging this village apparently didn't count as breaking the law, so we were sure to take full advantage of the lack of regulation. I then did some basic Minecraft things, such as making basic tools and starter materials. I built up before killing an iron golem and became the first person on the server to have iron. Laguno! Not again. That reminds me of Sean too much. I started to do a little bit of mining in this small canyon I found in the ground and got some cobble and some coal, just like I did on Christmas. But when I was back on the surface looking for another place to mine, I ran into a scary looking man named Laguno. This name, you need to know this one. He did some things, some people accused us of. Either way, he told me about this creepy underground dungeon that he had found that was full of things that could kill us. I immediately jumped at the opportunity to follow a man wearing someone else's skull into a creepy basement. When was the last time that went wrong?
Ryan?
This really stinks of, like, a cult.
All right, hey, Lagundo, wanna stick together on this little adventure?
Going down there together, we started looting the dungeon and found some pretty good stuff. Apparently, Sean had seen us go off together, so he of course decided to follow us and try to find some goods of his own. However, Sean, being the great Canadian survivalist he is, found an early grave. Now, of course, with all of our superb Minecraft skills, we had to plan for deaths like this to happen. So we made a rule where if we perish before Purge Night, we would lose 1 part of permanent health. However, on Purge Night, we would switch to hardcore with only the hearts that we had remaining. Me, of course, being the face of peak health. Like, look at me. I would dare call myself what all people aspire to be, sunburnt and handsome. I am 100% confident that I will not die, not even once. Now, of course, with all these bulging muscles comes great responsibility, so I was responsible to help Lagundo take out all the zombies that were in this crypt. I soon started to find some valuable loot, like this diamond sword and some iron armor. Now, in these types of scenarios, you have to get with a group of other people that you can trust. The only problem is, I don't trust anyone, especially not Sean. So trying to get Lagundo to trust me, I told him everything I had found when I found it. I hoped that that would start to build a little bit of rapport between us that I could cash in later. When I found an enchanted golden apple in the crypt,
Just got an enchanted golden apple.
I was kind of nervous. Should I tell him? Should I not tell him? But I decided to be honest with him, so I told him. Knowing he had already found one, so I was willing to trust him and tell him that I had found one. In the midst of that, I said a line that would come back to haunt me.
Yeah, we're the enchanted golden apple boys, let's go.
Enchanted golden apples are fantastic in regular Minecraft, but during the Purge, these give you an extra heart. That means that if I use this correctly or bargained with someone, I could bribe my way into having more friends, or I could use it so I could have more hearts during the Purge.
Let's keep that as like a need to know kind of thing.
We continued to explore this crypt and kept looting chests, but I didn't really find anything too noteworthy. I'm sure the other guys did and didn't tell me, because eventually we ran into Kim and Sneeve as well, and they were probably doing something crazy. They're interesting guys. I'm not sure that I trust them, but oh well. Eventually, I got out of that smelly, zombie-filled dungeon.
If at any time you'd like to find me, I'm sure I'll be findable. Gapo. In the meantime, yeah, absolutely. See you around. Bye. Nice man.
Now that I was out of that smelly, zombie-filled dungeon, I broke a tree down. I then realized that I would need more materials to survive and thrive, so I returned underground.
It's a very, very large cavern. I have some goodies. Oh, the emeralds. Oh wait, for villager trades. Oh my gosh, that's gonna be so good.
Naturally, I spotted something that I didn't know how to deal with. Skulk.
Oh my gosh.
Now, I've been playing the game for the last 11-ish years, which is a lot of time. And this was just one thing in Minecraft that I haven't touched with a 39.5-foot pole. If I can get in there quietly... Oh,
This could be a game changer.
So instead of doing the irresponsible thing and running down there, I set up a small base in that cave that I could use as a staging point for an adventure down into the Skulk. I set up a cave base and put all the goodies that I didn't want to risk in a chest. Now that the risk was averted of going down there, I ran straight towards the Skulk with no thoughts of any further consequences of such a poor decision. With all the grace in the world, I immediately ran past a Shrieker and summoned the Warden. Well, at least I thought I did. And I really don't know how this stuff works, so that was just my best guess, and that's still what I think. I haven't researched it yet, so call me out in the comments if I'm wrong. At least as I understood it, if I made another Shrieker go off 2 more times, the Warden would begin to hunt. However, after this incredible experience, I realized that my pickaxe was now incredibly low on durability, and I had no clue where the exit was. I then just decided to dig up and try and find an escape. When I started digging up, I realized that my pickaxe was now at critically low health, and I had no signs of me finding an escape. I then started digging up 2 blocks wide, just in case I needed to jump to my death if I didn't find the surface. I then asked in public chat, should I jump and lose that heart this early in the game, just so then I can get back and get a pickaxe, but I can get my stuff again? Or should I spend my precious time punching through cobblestone for what could be hours trying to find the surface? I would have expected all of the people in chat to say, jump, so then I'd figure on Purge night. However, they just referred me to the Canadian survivalist himself. He told me I should not waste hearts this early in the game because I'll probably need them later. Doing the math, I realized it could take up to an hour to get to the surface, so I started mining. I broke 3 blocks and then hit a mine. Now, naturally, those 3 blocks took forever because I was punching them, but I decided to start mining up a staircase so I could get in that cave.
Oh my gosh. That was about the worst way that could have gone.
The luck I experienced was unparalleled. I could have just died. There was a creeper that just came down, blew me up, and blew me down my own hole. But I survived. Over the next few minutes, I went into that cave, started exploring, and eventually found my way back to my cave house. I had blocked off the cave entrance with stone so no one could see my house, so I had to punch through that door while dealing with a bunch of zombies that wanted to eat me alive. Once I finally reached my safe cavern, I started smelting down the iron that I had extracted from the mine to make more pickaxes and cooked up some food so I wouldn't starve. Now, before I get back into the mines, there is another rule I must explain. As I mentioned in the intro, you cannot trespass on other people's property. However, how do you know that it's someone's house? Like, if someone were to mine into my little cave dwelling here, how do they know it's mine? Well, that's where this rule comes in. You need to have a door, but you also need to have a sign to say whose base it is. Now, people can only enter a house if they get the homeowner's permission. So, I put down a door and a sign claiming this little shack as my own. Now, that made sure that all of my goods were secure in my house, and I finally had time to face my fear and face the warden. I had never done this before, so Let's do it. Now this right here, this is a skulk sensor. You know, I didn't know what they were all called, but that's a skulk sensor. If you're too loud near them, this happens. Getting to the edge of this cliff, I peered down and saw the ancient city. Grabbing my water bucket, I placed it down and started swimming down.
I am so incredibly scared of making noise right now. There's probably more I could have done to prepare for this, and I've never watched a tutorial on how to navigate this. All I know is you gotta be quiet, and so that's what I'm gonna do. But if I don't die, and I loot this thing carefully, and I come out with gear, I could very well become the strongest on the server. As long as I'm sticking close to my water, I feel alright. Because if I need to get out of here, I can. That's not going to be fun to get to. Oh, that's not good. That's not good at all. That was a poor decision. Oh my gosh, there he is. There's my water. I need to get over there. Oh no. Oh my gosh, that last chest was really not worth that. Oh, but actually, now that I have some sensors of my own, that could be really, really good for setting up a trap. That's lava. My water's way back over there. Don't want to wait. I'm gonna actually, it's worth it, I hope. It wasn't worth it. Oh my gosh, there's so much stuff over here. I think he's gone. Oh my gosh. This is one of the scariest things I've done in Minecraft. I'm gonna go back to that spot. I'm gonna go back. It didn't find me last time. Now, because I've never done this before, I'm sure someone is gonna go down into the comments and be like, you're walking on top of wool, you can run and you don't have to crouch. I am not gonna risk that now. But thank you in advance for letting me know. Nope, that's not good. Oh my gosh. I'm stuck in these walls. Oh my gosh, there's a way out. That was not worth it for a golden apple. That was not worth it for a single golden apple. This is going back the way I came.
After an hour or so of playing with the warden, I decided that it might be smart if I got my stuff and headed back up to the surface to find a permanent place to live. But I need to get all my good stuff out of my chest so I could move it to the new house location. So that's what I did. I eventually traveled over hills and through valleys and stumbled across this volcanic landscape. I logged this place in my memory in case I ever needed to come back to make another video. When it got dark, the phantoms came out and started to be a problem. They brought my health down a good bit, but I was eventually able to find some shelter where I could cook up some food, and then the sun started to light the morning sky. I got out of my little cave and started heading along the coast, still trying to find a good place to build a base. I set out on a boat along the coast as the sun began to rise. I really started to appreciate how beautiful this Minecraft world was. The rhythmic Minecraft music began to fade in, and I wish that I could stay in this peace forever. However, quicker than anyone expects, the Purge would be upon us, and this world would never be the same. But while I was sailing down the coast, I spotted something odd. A horse, but not just any horse. A horse with diamond armor. Now, this was clearly someone's horse. However, as I last said in the rules, your property had to be constrained in some sort of property line and clearly labeled. Looking around, I saw nobody, and I didn't know who to return the horse to. So I was left with the option, do I leave this poor horse out in the cold weather, or do I take him with me on my adventure? I decided to take him with me on my adventures, and ended up naming him Henry. Now, I'm pretty sure this was Kim's horse, so I actually probably saved this horse from some evil machinations. I then decided to take my new horse up the mountain next to spawn and tried to find a relatively flat area that would be suitable for a house. Now this horse, it was terrible. Like, this thing couldn't jump, it was not that fast. But hey, it's Henry, and we're gonna stick with him. When I had found this place, I dug into the wall and put all of my extra stuff into chests there. I then spent some time leveling the ground, and then I stood back up and looked at the great work that I had accomplished when I noticed a light left to where my base was. I decided to investigate. I looked around and found a stone brick doorway. I peered through the window of the door and spotted a small but thriving base. I noticed that someone was right across from where I knew ShadowMech's property was. In an effort to earn some more of his trust, I started sending Shadow messages, letting him know that there could be someone setting up a spy shack to overlook his base. Having done my civic duty by warning him, that he was possibly being stalked, I went about finding a different base location that was a little bit further away. That's when I spotted a stone spire in the middle of a mountain range behind the area where that secret base was. I was also very close to a darkwood forest and still close enough to spawn to get there quickly, and very close to the jungle mine that I was in earlier in case I ever wanted to go visit the warden again. But after I set my stuff down, I departed to go on another supply run. However, Shadow Mech had returned to the surface, and I stumbled into him on my way back to get my stuff.
Hey, Shadow. Hey, I was just crossing over this mountain range and I saw your name.
Yeah, I started flattening this area, and it was starting to look great, and then I saw like a little light from over there, and I'm like, oh, maybe I should not be that close. This could be a trip by Lagundo. Hope not. Thought we had something going earlier, but you never know. Things change quickly in these events.
I'll give him one more quick ultimatum.
So I just wanted to get this over with. See if I can meet up with Lagundo, get a good talk. Oh, that's a creeper.
But I don't. I think it died.
I was just typing to Lagundo.
The man just walked up behind me and boom.
I am a milky, milky man that just got blown up while typing to Lagundo. Yeah, did you happen to grab my pants? Yeah, I was sending a message to you saying, like, asking your ETA, and then I was right next to Shadow, and we're just talking, and then I'm typing, and I hear a boom, and then I die, and my horse dies with me, and it's like, damn. Do we want to formalize something here? It's very early, extremely early. No, absolutely. It was nice talking to you guys. I've got to get off here pretty soon, so I'm gonna quickly just run over to my place. I then got off for the night and got some much needed rest. After quickly butchering some animals to get some more food, I grabbed some more of the goods that I had stashed away and made a trek over the mountains to put my stuff in the chests that I had at the new base. But on my way there, I realized that I needed to grab some wood to even make the chests. So I cut a tree down so that I could put that stuff away when I got back. Just like I had done in the first base location that I invested in, I started flattening the ground and extracting all of the lovely materials that were up for grabs in the ground. This took quite literally forever. Then to protect my property, I put up a fence and put down some torches to get rid of all the creepy crawlies. When the night had passed and the sun began to rise in the east, I decided to go on a little adventure. I wanted to see what was on the other side of this jungle, so I quickly headed through the jungle with my sword out, cutting through bushes, brush, and bristles. But in reality, I just kind of jumped on top of the tree canopy, acting like Spider-Man, but maybe a little bit less impressive. But making it to the other side, I found this mud biome, and so I thought, how could I exploit this land? So naturally, I started playing with the mud and started getting as much mud as I possibly could. I grabbed a ton of this stuff. I thought this dirt would be a great way to make pathways in between my house and any other structures I end up building. Now, one thing about me is that I'm very easily distracted. So of course, when one of my friends called me up and said, hey, you wanna play some CSGO? I logged off in a hurry and didn't get on for the rest of the day. So, on to day 3. When I got back on the server the next day, it was just me and Robert online. I started making small talk with him in chat while I picked up where I had left off in my muddy pit. I spent a little time collecting as much mud as I could possibly hold before I set off across the savannah and back to my base. However, on my way back, I spotted a very large mangrove tree, so I started chopping and chopping and chopping. But eventually, the mighty mangrove tree had been conquered, and I resumed my trip back home. I was really starving to get back home. So on the return journey, I ended up butchering some more swine. I was happy to find this food as I had been running low with all the hard work I'd been doing. While running past spawn, I found a new horse and tried to tame it. I eventually got it under control using some of the mini tips I got on a past video. I threw armor on it and realized that it was even slower than Henry previously was. However, I quickly found a different horse that was in a cavern in the ground, and I was hopeful that this horse would be the quickest horse in the world. But I was once again disappointed by its lack of ability. Due to his lack of agility and really general skills, I named him Brian. I then had to get us out of this cavern, which ended up being harder said than done. I started mining the dirt with a pickaxe before emerging to the surface. but after more than a few tries, I got us back onto ground level. I then started to show the horse around the world and helped him navigate the best routes that we would commonly use to get back to where my castle would eventually be. I made it back home safely and tied my horse up to a fence post. After that, I had to start converting this stone spire into a house. But to do that, I would have to start tearing down this spire just like an onion. So I started at the layer that I wanted to build the house at, but quickly realized that I would need to tackle this from the top down. So I climbed to the top. Starting at the top, the first layer was incredibly quick to get, but it slowly got harder and harder and harder. While I was hard at work, Sean rejoined the game, so I sent him a little wave. Gonna kill me, I have a feeling. And he seemed to respond in a pretty passive-aggressive way. Oh wow, that's a rainbow. This made me pretty nervous. Sean was the one person I didn't want to be on the bad side of, and he seemed a bit cranky, so I just got back to work and started minding my own business. I took the spire down another few layers, and then took a quick break while sitting on my bed. I started talking to Shadow Mech and tried to arrange a meetup. Unfortunately, he was too busy, so I could not get a meeting planned with him. In the midst of us just sitting around, Shadow Mech ate an enchanted golden apple at one point, and chat freaked out. So I thought it would be really funny if I ate one too to get one of my hearts back. I started building my tower on top of a very short spire, but soon this now incredibly shortened spire would be topped by a massive central tower. While I was attempting it, I heard a noise. I immediately knew that it had to be Robert or Sean. If they were already about to kill the Ender Dragon, I was way behind. After far too many tries trying to make a circle, I eventually formed it perfectly. I then started cleaning out the layer that I wanted to build on. Then in chat, Robert died by falling into the void. So I started chatting to both him and Sean to try and get close with them so that I could get the best goods I possibly could. I talked with Robert and planned a good time to meet up, but until then, I kept working on my house. I started building the circular walls down to the height that I needed it to be at, and then dug into the ground and mined out the floor. Once the floor was carved out to the shape I wanted, I started placing down the mangrove logs that I had gotten earlier. I started moving my stuff around so that the house could be more decluttered. I then moved outside the house where I started to make a pathway down from my house on the mountain and back down to ground level. But before I could complete that, or even my front door, Robert wanted to meet up. So, of course, I said sure. I quickly set up a door so no one could get into my house while I was out, and I started heading to Robert's house. With this trade planned, I rode my horse back to my house. It took me a while to get back to my house due to Brian being slow and not being able to climb or jump. So unathletic. Perhaps the mountain is not the best place for a horse that cannot do those two basic things. But when I got back to my house, I started making my tower taller. After a few layers of stone bricks got down, I got off for a few minutes. However, I couldn't stay away, so I rejoined less than 20 minutes later. With all of the cobble being smelted down into stone, I used a stone cutter to make some stone bricks. But in the process of smelting down this cobble, I was burning through a ton of coal. The mountain range that I lived on had tons of resources, such as iron and coal, just scattered across the surface. So I took advantage of these easy to find resources and got enough coal to finish this build. While I was doing that, I also got some iron while I was out and about, and so I got some of that I could use later. Coming back, I was able to make 18 blocks of coal. These 18 blocks would burn for a long time and would help me get all the materials that I would need for this build. With these walls becoming very tall, I had to make some ladders to get to the top so I could continue to grow the tower. I also wanted to build a bridge over to another spire, so I eventually started setting up the general structure of a bridge. It took some time, but eventually I got half the bridge on the side closest to the tower done. After finishing off this first half of the bridge, I went to where I wanted to build the other tower and started building the bridge from that side so I could just connect the two. I then connected the two structural towers that I had built up and walked across. However, there was one problem. I forgot to place a block and plummeted to my death. I was now down a heart and still had an obligation to give Robert one of my enchanted golden apples, so I would just have to live with being a heart down for now. I got back into the building right where I had left off. It took a little bit of time, but eventually the bridge began to really shape up. I then started to make another bridge on the other side of my base. The goal of this bridge was to have an easier way to cross the mountain range. Plus, with it being an angled bridge, it was much harder to create, but it looked much more impressive. I then began to do some touch-ups around the house, such as better stairs, better doorways, and railings so no one could fall and sue me. I even made a very nice path that went down to the ground level so I could invite people over and they could have an easy way to get to the front door. With my house coming together very nicely, I felt very confident with my work with only 4 days to go until Purge night. I wonder what tomorrow has in store for me. When I rejoined, I immediately went to go check on Brian. I had to make sure that my loyal horse was alright, despite his name being Brian. At least in my line of work, every person that I've met that has the name Brian has just really wanted to have the far superior name of Ryan that I have. I know there are at least a few Brians watching this video, so if your name is Brian, tell me in the comments why your name is Brian. After I got back inside the house, I retrieved my enchanted golden apple that I was going to give to Robert, and then set off on a journey across the landscape to drop my tribute off at his base where he had instructed me to leave it. After some time, I made it back to where we had met, quickly dug down to where we agreed to have the chest, and then I placed the apple in the middle, making it look nice and pretty for when he got there. I then rode past the village where a new building seemed to have sprung up overnight. This turned out to be Lagundo's base. Speaking of bases, after a quick trek through the wilderness, I was back at my base. I continued to put some final touches on my house, such as some stairs, some more secure doors, and just some general aesthetic changes. While I was finishing that, I realized that I was nearly 100% out of mangrove wood. So I took a little expedition to find more. I located some in a clearing of trees in the valley in between the mountains. After taking the trees down and getting all the wood that I needed, so I decided to head towards the lava area that I had found earlier in the event to see if any basalt would look good with redwood. However, when I got there, I found another portal. Because I didn't have much time to play on day 4, I decided to take a quick screenshot of this location so I could come back at some point. I quickly went inside the portal and started running through a small tunnel before thinking better of my decision and logging off of the game for the rest of the day. I rejoined the game the next day in the fires of the Nether and immediately got out of there. I did not feel like the risk of the Nether was worth the potential rewards. So I started getting some more iron while I was away from my house. After gathering some more stuff, I started heading home when I climbed a mountain and was shocked by what I found. What the heck? Who built that? I was on at noon yesterday. Someone must have been up all night doing that. I immediately knew that I had to double down on my tower. Mine had to be the better tower. Although that other tower kind of scared me. It was really, really good looking. However, I need to go back into the mines to get some new stuff so that I can make my tower better. So I headed across the jungle and into the mine that I was in on day 1. I went to my little hut that was in the cave and started grabbing stuff out of my chest. When Robert rejoined the game, I sent him a quick message that the enchanted golden apple was left in the chest. Then heading deeper into the mines, I mined up some skulk to get some more levels for any future enchantments I may end up getting. I followed the skulk down and dove back into the water to get back down to the ancient city so I could find some more stuff and get some diamonds. As I was creeping through the ancient city, I found a skull and grabbed it for later. I then went to the edges of the cavern to find diamonds on the walls and on the ceiling. I started collecting diamonds in droves, but after only a few short minutes, I had collected over 18 diamonds. That's when I stopped being cautious and inevitably set off a shrieker. When it went off, I went over to it and destroyed the annoying thing. I went back to collecting the blue shiny rocks and even built up super high to get one that was on the cavern roof above the ancient city. Because I died to that supersonic boom or whatever it's called, I was now on a time clock to get my stuff back. I only had 5 minutes to get back to that cave and retrieve my stuff before it'll start to despawn. With the iron I had collected earlier in the day, I made some new armor and some new tools and started heading underground. But I first had to fight through the jungle to even get to the cave, to even have a chance of getting to my stuff. However, when I fell off a vine, I almost died. I quickly drank a potion of regeneration and kept moving. I made my way back down into the cave and dove down the water as fast as I could and started sneaking around the deep dark to find where I had died. When I was starting to get close, I accidentally set a shrieker off on my way to get my stuff. I found my stuff just in time and started grabbing it. However, some of it had despawned. I climbed up where I had died to collect some of my items. I got most of it. I couldn't find the diamonds. So I guess I just wasted an hour and now have to go back to collecting more diamonds. I then started collecting some tough blocks to build with so I could get back onto the roof if need be when I stumbled across another diamond. Now I know this is a dad joke, but it was kind of a diamond in the tough. I built up to some more diamonds and collected them as quickly as I could. After getting a bunch more diamonds, I logged off for the night. With the Purge rapidly approaching, I was severely underprepared. With just the information I had, I knew that Robert and Sean had probably been to the end, and if they had made it, probably Lagundo and Shadow had been there too. I had only been to the Nether for a total of 5 minutes, but if I were to get caught up, I would need to at least have diamond armor and diamond tools. So I set that as my new goal. I continued where I left off on day 5, down in the ancient city looking for more diamonds. However, I seem to have gotten all of the easy ones before I died, so that leaves me in a rough spot, where now I have to get all of the ones on the cavern roof or all of the ones that are in subsidiary tunnels. After tons of diamond mining, I managed to collect over 20 blue shiny rocks before I started to head out of the diamond mine. On my way back to the surface, I ran across a few creepy crawlies and promptly dealt with them. I had very little food, so dealing with these zombies on my way up gave me enough rotten flesh for me to survive. At long last, I returned back to my cavern base, having completed my task of getting diamonds. Now that I had retrieved the goods, I started heading back to my base on the surface. I scaled up mountains and navigated through forests, but eventually I got on my path back up to the tower. But while navigating my path, I jumped over something. I immediately got confused and thought I saw something. That was right. I saw a pressure plate. There was just a pressure plate in the middle of my path to my base. Someone had clearly tried to assassinate me.
Oh.
I quickly mined next to the trap to see how it was done and to see if it was a TNT trap or a fall trap. It ended up really being a mix of the two.
Oh my gosh.
After quickly disassembling this trap, I went inside to get myself more equipped. So I made myself some diamond armor. Now that I was encased in the hardest element on this planet, I decided to comment in the chat about my trap to see if anyone would tip their hand about who had done it. Nobody did, but in an effort to feel more secure, I ate my last enchanted golden apple, leaving me with 9 out of my 10 hearts. With some of the free time I now had, I went to go hunt for some food. I ended up killing a few pigs, a chicken, and also gathered some watermelon. While scouring the wilderness for food, I ended up finding a cave that looked remarkably deep. I ran down the mine shaft and started looking around and grabbing stuff on my way down. Eventually, I found Skulk and promptly started breaking it to get experience levels. After, to what you, the viewers, are seeing, seemed like a few seconds, I got both a few levels from the Skulk, but also some lovely resources such as gold and iron. I continued to follow the cavern down to where I had found a massive Skulk area with a massive lava ravine. I spotted some diamonds, so I quickly extracted them from their spot on the wall, but while retrieving these resources, I spawned the warden once again. I immediately crouched and moved away from the area where I had tripped it off. Eventually, the warden emerged from the ground, and that terrified me. I had no clue it could do that. So I just found a perch to stand on and ended up being safe. Over the next hour, I continued to gather resources in this cave and found some really good stuff and a lot of diamonds. However, I was starting to get tired of being underground, so I mined straight up to the surface. I emerged and spotted a village, and it was a really nice looking village. So I decided to go visit the villagers and see what was going on. But as I approached it, it was missing all of the bustle that I typically expect from villages. So I decided to investigate. I stumbled across the culprit immediately. There was a rail line that led into the ground that inevitably led straight to someone's base. So I decided to follow the track and see where it led so I could take a screenshot of the coordinates. This could be my way to secretly get into someone's base when Purge night rolls around. After exploring this very long tunnel, I went back to the surface and started hunting more animals for some food. I then started my journey back to my house. On my way back, I spotted a spiked roof and had no clue if this was someone's base or if this was naturally spawning. So I decided to take caution while approaching this out-of-place building. But it ended up being some kind of abandoned building. But it had tons of books in it, and with me not even having enchanted gear yet, I took full advantage of this unprecedented access to these books, and then went on my merry way. On my return journey, I also swung by my secret chest in the wall to see if I had left anything good in there. It seems as though I did leave some goodies in there, so I'm just glad I got them now, before it becomes a risk to be outside. Heading back to my house, I made myself the rest of the set of diamond armor and tools, thus accomplishing another one of my goals. I then crafted some golden apples. I started working on the tip of my tower. I had a really unique design that I was working on, but while I was doing that, I got some visitors.
Ryan.
Howdy.
Oh my god, what a disaster it was to get here.
Give me a second to get down from my roof here.
I'm up here. I'm at your door.
Come on in.
Are you gonna kill me?
No. I gave you a golden
Oh,
apple.
look at
Nah,
this
I ain't gonna kill
place.
ya. No,
Wowzers.
I'll look out here so I
This
can
is-
stare at whoever
Oh,
this
this
person's face is. Is that like Shadows or Sean's?
You don't
I
know
don't
whose
know.
base that is?
No, it just sprung up overnight, and I'm like, wow, that's impressive.
You actually don't know.
No,
You guys are neighbors.
is it Sean?
You think Sean would make that?
So it's Kim.
You think Kim would make that?
So it's Shadow.
You think Shadow would make that?
So it's Lagundo.
No, it's Shadows.
It's Kipley. Yeah, got it.
It's Kipley,
Oh.
I mean. I talked to Lagundo. I forget if that was before or after you, but we had an arrangement to just be friendly to each other. I gave him some rods. With Kim is a little man, and he just wants everything. He just takes. So I told him I wouldn't hurt him or do anything to him.
Yeah.
He said he won't do anything to me either. Shadow, we didn't really make any agreements, but we were just kind of friendly toward each other, helping each other out here and there.
Yeah.
Sean, I don't know what he's doing ever. You know, we
Yeah,
had the whole fiasco in the end, but
Yeah, I have no clue what Sean's up to.
I
He was like, I want to talk, and then he never wants to talk.
beyond that, I haven't talked to Kipley once.
I haven't either.
Sneeve, we kind of said that let's try to not attack each other, because somehow in every one of these scenarios we always end up on the other side of each other,
That's fair.
and we're gonna try to do that. So like somehow it's turning into everyone wants to work, be an alliance, and also I'm down to, you know, just be there, you know, be there and chill. I'm down to
Yep.
make it through the night and have a good time.
Well, I mean, already like here, come out here. Right here at the base of my steps where this calcite is now, there was a trap when I walked up.
Are you
So I was,
serious?
like walking up, and then I saw 2 pressure plates, and I'm like,
The TNT.
huh. Yes, then I go around and dig under it, and it was gravel with TNT under it with pressure plates on top, so that it would
So
drop.
you'd fall in and blow up.
Yeah, like all the way
Oh,
down there.
that's like a kill you type of. Oh my god, look at that guy.
Yeah.
He's a skeleton spider jockey.
Ooh.
So what are your plans?
I have very few at the moment. I plan to finish my house, and then after that, I hope to survive. But I mean, all the conversations I've had with everyone else have been friendly, and then Sean just has reached out but never.
Something's
wanted to go
going on,
through
I
doing
tell you.
anything.
Oh, Jesus.
What?
Oh my gosh.
I mean,
Hey,
what am I
hey,
doing
Sean.
here? I announced that I wanted to meet with him.
Why are you meeting with Ryan?
I don't know. Why are you here?
We were just talking.
Because Ryan's the only guy that I haven't met with yet.
Kipley's the only person I haven't met with. What do you guys know about Kipley?
I know. You should speak to Kipley.
Okay.
Yeah. So, what are you doing here?
I want to talk to you.
Do you want to talk to me? I want to talk to you. And yeah.
Oh
That's
my
fair.
god. Why are you bringing zombies up here, Sean?
They followed me through the jungle. Ryan, your castle's cool.
Not as cool as that castle.
That thing is just.
I mean,
it's
hey, if you're
menacing.
gonna blow up one castle, blow up my neighbor, please.
That's a menacing
No,
place.
no,
over
no,
there.
no. I don't wanna blow you up. That's why I'm here.
Pretty much, I've just spoken to Robert, and we spoke a little while earlier. Then you and Kipley are the only two I haven't talked to. The other guys we don't have anything formal with, but we're on good terms.
What about Lagundo?
Haven't talked to him since like day 1.5.
You guys aren't planning some sort of secret alliance at the end or anything like that?
No.
I heard you guys were the Golden
I mean-
Boys.
Yeah. What about the Golden Boys?
What's that?
Golden Apple Boys.
Oh, yeah, that was like day 1, because I found one at the warden and was like, wow, I've got one too. And he's like, that's cool. And that was the extent of that. We haven't done anything with it. Sneeve is a madman.
I haven't talked to Sneeve since we stole Kim's villagers.
I need to do something. Hold on.
And then I saw he has a big skull.
Here we
Big
go.
skeleton skull. He's gonna make a trap.
Is he just gonna grab some water? Yep.
I want a bucket of water. I really don't have one. Interesting. All right. I was worried you're working with Lagundo. There's been talk about you. There's been talk about you two being in a secret alliance. Every time I go and talk to everyone about what they're doing, they're like, "Oh, well, Ryan and Lagundo are working together."
That's weird.
I just hit a nice combo there. And the reason why I'm worried is because Lagundo expressed interest in working on with me, and knowing this man, he likes to cruise around a lot, you know.
Yeah, he likes to make friends with everyone.
Hit it.
Nice one. Sean, why are you looking through my door?
I want to know what you got. I know nothing about Ryan. I've been in
Here,
everyone's
here,
base.
Come on in.
I'm worried about you, Ryan. Oh.
You know. I was working
Watch
on
out, Sean might
my
go through your
ceiling,
chest-
but
go through your chest.
no, got some stuff up here. You can go up to the roof. It's pretty flat
Oh.
currently.
Yeah, go on the roof.
I got,
Sean.
like-
Go on the roof, Sean. Yeah.
Yeah, do that,
It'd be
Sean.
a shame if I pushed you off into your death.
My stocks are dropping, so I'm gonna take the plunge. And speaking of plunge, check this out.
You're not gonna.
Time
do
to
it.
hit a combo.
Oh my. That was a lot.
Has he been practicing?
Yeah, that's all he does. He goes, "I'm gonna hit a combo everywhere you go with him."
I mean,
All
But
right.
my only.
Let me ask.
Oh, sorry. Go.
huh?
I was gonna say, let me ask you this question, Ryan. If you
Go
had
for
to
it.
target someone, who are you going after?
I mean, I don't really have any enemies currently.
Name one
but,
person. You have to name one
um,
person.
Of who you'd want to kill, if you had to.
It kind of depends.
I'm not
it
liking
would
this answer.
Okay. Well, judging by what you've been saying, Lagundo,
You go.
if he's spreading the word that we're doing stuff or anything like that, I don't want his name tarnishing my reputation.
Because I still kind of believe that the two of you are working together.
I mean, what proof could I present to?
There's no proof
know.
you could give. I just have this hunch. After hearing it from like 3 people, it makes me worried. Oops.
I mean, quite literally, the only time I've talked to Lagundo was with Shadow Mech there, and that was day 1.5.
Actually, I'd like to interject. Why would it worry you if he's working with Lagundo anyway?
Oh, that's
Why
true.
would it worry me?
Yeah. Why would that worry you?
Because if there's a secret alliance that people aren't talking about, of course I'm gonna be worried about that.
You fearing for your life?
No, I'm not fearing for my life. I'm fearing about grand master plans that are being hidden from the public.
So him working with Lagundo isn't a problem. It's just you don't want a secret alliance.
What? But I'm not working with Lagundos. That's the real problem.
Interesting.
Why are you?
He's
what
got
are those
chains.
knives in the
He's
background?
got chains rattling around.
No, it's fine. I just I worry, you know.
For the most part, unless I like get attacked or see an opportunity to do something crazy. But I mean, at least for now, I'm gonna be a good law-abiding boy, even without the laws, and just kind of sit up here, sit right next to my bed, and stare at that door and hope no one comes through it.
Okay. All right. Well, I feel better talking to you now, Ryan.
Yep.
I feel like this alliance that you guys announced or something was probably just blown out of proportion.
I need to go talk to
It wasn't-
Kim now.
Yeah.
Kim's pissed. Don't even.
After the uninvited but not unwelcome visitors left, I got off for a few hours before I heard that Kipley had set up a shop in the village. Here, Kipley.
Yes.
If you stand over here real quick. Nobody look.
Avert your gaze. Yes.
Why is it always
You
me?
legend. Thank you.
Because you're the one going
Thank
in
you.
holes.
What do you want?
Oh no!
You
this
can't
is
take the
just,
horn.
you know,
The horn's
help you
mine.
out.
The horn's mine. You can't have the horn.
No, I'm not gonna ask for the coin.
Kipley, come on. I want to officially buy the horn. Can I have the? Can I purchase the horn?
Yes. Here. You know what, Ryan? You take a little something. Okay. Just. I feel bad. I'm
Here,
poor,
Kipley.
but there you go.
No.
You can have this. It's the last time we can use it anyway.
Don't say anything. We'll talk later. I want to buy the horn. Give
Yes.
me the horn.
There you go. Thank you so much. Very good doing business with you. Very, very good. Yes.
I'm now a menace.
Yes. Double menace.
I have no clue. So I think when me, you, Shadow were there the day one, Sneeve apparently was hiding under us, and Sneeve has been spreading this rumor that we're like the Gapple Bros or whatever. After this brief talk with Lagundo, the folly of what people had perceived us as had been sealed. This leads into the final day for the Purge. Purge night was coming. Very soon, all crime would be legal, but for now, I had to get my last-minute preparations done. I started off by clearing out the area around my house from all of the zombies and creepers that were outside my door and in my horse pen. I then realized that if people had been to the end, they probably had Elisha. So that fear really was weighing on my mind when I got on today, and I realized that I never finished the top of my roof. So I needed to finish that. But I didn't have enough wood, so I quickly went back to the clearing of trees and started chopping down some more mangrove wood. I chopped down these trees at a dizzying speed, and I got over a stack and a half of logs. Heading back to the house, I quickly converted these logs into stacks upon stacks of wooden planks. I then went up to the roof and started to finish it off. However, it took a long time and was incredibly tedious. Each layer was different from the last one, and I had to memorize these different layers and pray I wouldn't make a mistake. But while I was finishing this, I started receiving messages from Sean telling me to come visit him at Robert's base. This made me nervous. I only had a little bit of time before the purge began, and I was already most likely the weakest in the server other than Kipley. I only had diamond armor and tools, and I was not feeling secure in the slightest. But that's when I started developing a plan for Purge Night. I had a very rich neighbor, Shadow, and he probably had a ton of stuff. Plus, that tunnel, if it led to his base, would allow me to get in secretly without anyone knowing. So, at the end of the day, I could just be a little thief and steal other people's things on Purge Night and not have to murder anyone. So, at least for now, I'm not too worried about what I have on me. With a little bit more nudging from Sean and Robert, I headed to Robert's base to meet up with him. Why, hello there.
I don't know, Ryan. You got me worried. I'm almost certain you're working with Lagundo.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
My dog.
Yes.
He got on the boat and killed him.
That's unfortunate.
Do you have a
but
mushroom
yeah,
head, Ryan? I think we talked about this. Do you have a mushroom head?
Can you hit me?
I do
can see my
not.
dog hits you.
I think Shadow does.
Hit me.
No, I don't want. No,
Well, you can kill my dog. I don't care. Just hit me. Okay, he doesn't attack.
I can't.
I just wanted to see if it would still register as you being aggressive.
Do you know anyone else who has the mushroom heads?
I just saw Shadow with one. I'm not sure if he gave Kipley one or anything like that.
I have one.
So what is this mushroom head? What does it do?
I have no idea. I've only heard about it on day one.
Interesting.
So what are
But-
your plans for Purge night? Are you meeting up with anyone, or are you staying inside? I think I asked you before, but let's see what's changed.
No, I'm pretty much staying inside. I might go thieve a person or two.
Leave a person.
Thieve a person, you know. Well, it's legal, you know. Might give myself some goodies.
You can do whatever you want. Yeah, you can thieve this base. I might stop by this base and.
Get away from my base. No, no one allowed in here. No thieving my base. He's gone. What's up?
Oh, well, I've got a little something that may help you guys. Guess I'm guessing you two are teaming together. Just by the appearances
honestly,
of so.
I'm not teaming with anyone. I'm just saying I'm not gonna kill anyone. So like the
Yeah.
alliance, you know, me and you had the thing, talk I had with Lagundo. It's just I'm not gonna attack you guys, and I hope you guys won't attack me. He's gonna take him so long to get back up here, because I didn't finish the staircase all the way down.
Oh, here he comes.
Look at him! Look at him go! So funny. He's still coming.
What? Why don't you have a staircase?
I was thinking about it, but I barely go down there now, and it would just be a waste of time. I gotta talk to Kipley. I haven't talked to Kipley.
Yes, I gotta talk to Kipley. I gotta talk to
I wanna
Kipley. I
talk to
gotta talk to
Kipley.
Kipley.
This
I
guy
gotta
is
talk to
just-
Kipley.
There you go.
Yeah, voluntary.
Explain.
Explain yourself, Kipley.
Explain the mushrooms right now.
I don't know what you're talking about. Is this your official team, Sean? Is this what's happening?
This is where
Me,
you belong.
Ryan.
No, they were questioning me. But either way, you know.
We brought him here for the same reason we brought you here, to question. Alright, well. I guess I probably should have asked you. I meant to do that in private, but I got ahead of myself.
Yeah, you're crazy. Go for it.
Kipley, where'd you get the diamond armor?
I opened a shop.
Were you funded by anyone?
A few people.
Yeah. Were you funded by Lagundo?
Well, it was everyone who was online last night contributed one way or another.
Robert, were you online last night?
Trade of goods, all right. I gave
wasn't.
them stuff too.
I got on
I
late
was.
with you.
Yeah, I know. You were hiding it. Ryan was hiding in a tree with Lagundo listening to people.
What? No, that didn't happen. That's a straight up. That's a fabrication. You are.
That's why we're all worried. I heard that you were hiding in a tree with him and you guys got caught.
What?
What? That didn't happen. Kipley, you were there. That didn't happen. Yeah, yesterday.
No, the only one hiding was yesterday was Kim.
Yeah.
Kim has
Kim was hiding.
absolutely. Kim has no clue that it's even Purge Day today. That guy is so far removed from this whole. The problem I have is that Lagundo expressed interest in working with me, and so I wanted to work with him, and I was going to work with him, but he now is doing all this crazy stuff. Robert, where do you keep your wood? I want to build a room in here. There we go. So
Jesus Christ, John.
what? I'm building a room for me.
I take all these steps to hide a wall of chests, and you just break it in front of everyone. What is happening?
I got
I'm
a
building-
blindfold on, man. You're good. You don't need to worry. I see nothing.
I mean, it was just for purging, because I didn't want people coming in and taking my stuff and using it for their own
Oh,
benefit.
absolutely. You know, we don't want any people that like doing thievery coming.
Look at this guy.
Coming by.
I'm building. What do you want me to say to you?
I never said you can go in my chests.
Yeah, can
I'm
I
not
build
going in your.
No, no, stop. What are you doing?
I built a room for myself.
God, this is my house. Oh my
Robert,
god.
Robert, if we're in an alliance, you gotta.
I don't have an alliance.
Oh, you do now, because I'm in your house.
Oh my god. I can't. What do I
Hope you
do?
don't mind.
What do I do about this?
Here, do you guys want me to build you a room too?
Kipley decided to leave, but I felt like something was up. Both Shadow and Sean had decided to follow her, so I decided that I would follow too, but this time from a distance. Using the cover of night, I snuck as close as I could and started listening in. A phantom spawned in, and not wanting to get caught, I ran back to Robert's base to tell him what I had heard. Robert,
There you are.
we need to talk. We need to talk
What happened?
right
What
now.
happened? What happened?
Okay.
I don't like
Is
this
there a safe
urgency.
place to talk? Is there a safe place to talk that they cannot hear us from the surface? Like, can we go down?
We could go
Okay.
down, yes.
Okay, Robert.
I'm going down.
Okay, I just listened in on a conversation
With who?
between Kipley, Shadow, and Sean. They were all talking. So they all ran off into the woods. So Kipley was gonna run off because she had some other stuff to do, and then Sean followed her, and then Shadow just kind of disappeared. So I went around a different way and followed them, and then snuck up close to hear their conversation. And Sean was asking her about the mushroom heads, and they were essentially saying, we need to stick together Purge night, and if I see someone wearing a mushroom, we will not attack each other.
Oh boy, what's
So
happening?
I think that they're coming up with a secret alliance right as we speak.
Where are you, Robert?
Oh, we're down in the mines. I was just coming down to get them.
Where'd you guys go?
Yeah, you guys, I think you ran off with Kipley, and then I ran back here to try and find Robert. And then,
Yeah, I wanted to find Kipley's base, but she caught us.
Oh,
Oh
okay.
my god.
All right, Ryan, we're gonna work with you, but let's just say you're. I don't know, man. I don't know.
No, I got you.
I don't know.
wanna
We know
see it.
Lagundo's been scheming like hard.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's just what Lagundo does, and I completely understand. Do you mind if I use your bathroom, Robert, before I go?
Oh no, it's right it's down the stairs, down the hall.
Down the stairs. Okay.
Somewhere.
Somewhere. Okay. Yeah. All right. I'm done in the bathroom. Yeah. So I'm gonna head out of here. It was nice talking to you, and hopefully we don't run into anything crazy on Purge night. I'm incredibly worried right now. All the armor she's wearing is because of my donations, and oh my gosh, that looks. In the meantime, it's fine. It looks great. Man, I'm a lot prouder of that than I should be, because it looks like a missile from out here. But on the inside, it looks pretty good though, I think. After the unofficial meeting with Robert, I went home and started trying to catch Shadow in a lie. I knew about the mushroom cult, but he doesn't know that I know. So I tried to see if I could get him to admit that he lied about going off with Sean and talking to Kipley. He proceeded to lie, and then continued lying, so I knew this man was not trustworthy. Knowing that, I wanted to make relations with Kim, so I quickly dropped by his house and told him about what had happened.
Ryan!
Oh, hey!
Hey, I'm in the water.
Oh, you're in the... Oh, gotcha.
Hey, how's it going?
Well, it's going good. Oh my... Oh, wow. Oh,
I didn't know they were following me.
wow. That's a lot of dogs. Got some news.
Oh no.
Yeah. And I just wanted to let you know. They were talking... Well, Sean specifically was talking and reiterated that you are his one target during Purge night. He wants to kill you. He says that he's going to break into your glass dome, to your underwater base, light it up with TNT, and blow it to Kingdom Come. But specifically with Kipley, Shadow, and Sean, I listened in on a secret conversation that they were having in the middle of the woods about. So essentially, do you know about these mushroom heads? Oh, you've got one too? I don't think they know that you have one.
No, I was not given one.
That's good, because they were talking about how they're going to kill everyone that doesn't have. That leaves me in a rock and a hard place, because when so I ran back to Robert's base, because that's where we all were, before he, Kipley, and Shadow ran off. So I told Robert about it, and that concerned Robert, and then they came back and completely lied about the whole encounter. So I just want to talk to you and, get that out in the open, let you know. I don't have any plans against you.
Yes, I'm glad to hear that. You
I'm pretty
promise?
sure. I absolutely promise. People have been saying that I'm working with Lagundo, and I'm not.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
Yeah, that's the general thing going around.
So what are your plans? You will obviously be in your base.
I'll be in my base for the most part, and then I'm probably gonna thieve some people, try and get myself some better gear, some fun toys and some fun content.
I was going to ask about that. I see you're only wearing diamond.
Yeah, I didn't get. Well, I got to the Nether. I was doing some mining, and then Sean and them were like, "Come to Robert's base." And so I was like, I do not want to say no to that. This is it. And then I got some regeneration potions and some.
I thought I heard you had like a lot, like
TNT and
up to like 10 god apples.
No, I had 2. I gave one to Robert to secure his trust.
Right.
And then I took 1 myself. But if I had 10, I'd be a lucky man. But
I lost heart, but I never managed to get my hands on some god apples. So I'm going in a bit less.
a little bit lower.
I think everyone
Yeah.
has full hearts besides me.
Oh, and me.
You don't have full hearts?
I don't. I'm down 2. Oh.
Here you go. Oh, there he is. There he is.
I'm gonna get.
Crazy man. What are you doing in my water? You cannot kill my dogs.
Oh!
You cannot kill my dogs. You're disqualified. I decided.
I gotta tell you something.
Okay. Where you're chicken now?
Lagundo's coming for you.
Is that you can just say that and leave? Say more. Come back. Come back. Jack. Come back. He left. Well, actually, he's looking back. He's over my base. Okay, he's gone now. Are you still here, Ryan?
Okay. Yeah. Yep. Although Laguna might be after you a little bit.
Why would he be after me?
I don't know.
I know why. He looks at me like expendable, easy kill.
Probably. I mean, he's been to the end. He's got probably Elytra at this point.
What can I say, Ryan? Thank you for the warning. If I get attacked, I might. I feel safe with you, so I might actually, if I don't die.
If you. Yeah, if you need a place to stay, come swing by my place. I'd be willing to have you. I'm gonna get out of here before Sean sees me. Yep. Well, I'll see you around, and stay safe.
Likewise, and thank you.
After our friendly meeting, I went back home to wait until Purge night. And I mean, if you've made it this far in this video, and I have no clue if I'm even gonna include this in the recording or not, but if you've made it this far, thank you for watching this long of a video. I'm sorry about making it however long it is. I have no clue how long I'm gonna make this video, but I hope it's been entertaining so far. I've been, working on it. Now, while I may not be the best at the game, Or the best on the server. Or, I mean, really good at much. I have hope. I have a ton of hope. And I'm hopeful that tonight will go well. Even though we got 30 minutes. And I didn't get any netherite. People are thinking that I'm way stronger than I actually am. Which I guess is kind of a good thing. But no, I genuinely am worried right now. I don't know how this night's gonna go. Really hope it goes well. Nobody wanted to be the first one to make a move. So for nearly the first hour, me and Shadow just sat in our towers staring at each other, waiting and watching each other's actions. With him being on his tower, I was worried that if he had an elytra, he could just jump off, throw on his elytra, and come and kill me. You better not come after me, I swear. So I was sure to watch his tower very intently. But after a while, I started getting bored. Plus, I needed to put my own plan into effect. I had to go steal from Shadow's base. So with him being on the top of his tower, that actually made me feel very, very good about doing it. So I waited until Shadow had seen me, and when he looked the other way, I used my bridge as cover and jumped off and took the long way around the mountains to get to his base. I was cautious that people could be in the village, so I tried to steer as far away from it as I could. I reached a door that led straight to Shadow's base. I quickly went inside, and oh my gosh, this man, he must have been busy. He had a whole villager trading station, so I went in and started trading. However, to get enough emeralds, I needed sticks. So I took the risk of going back out to the surface to grab some wood. So that's what I did. I quickly chopped down some trees, turned into sticks so I could start trading. But while all this was happening, I saw people heading to Shadow's base. They were probably all working together at this point, and I hadn't been invited. One of the people that was invited, though, was Robert, a man I thought I could trust. So I sent a message to Robert, confronting him on why I hadn't been included on this. But this man Robert, he did not lie. He told me the truth the entire time. So I knew we were locked in and secure together. I then decided I wanted to hear what they were talking about. So I noticed the elevator and took it up. When I got to the top, it was blocked off, so I was sitting there just bobbing in the water. I was making a ton of noise and knew I could very well get caught in this water elevator. So I mined into the wall and decided to hide. I started mining closer to where the conversation was actually happening and listened in.
I have an idea, and we'd have to all be on board with it. Us five can make a pact that we will sleep together. We will
What happens? Well, what happens when friggin' someone who doesn't have the special armor?
We tell them to come, and if
Only
they come,
one guy here still got diamond armor, right? So
if they come, right? If they come,
No, you
we
got the
tell them to
invincible
strip
armor,
down.
Sean, you're good.
We tell them to drop everything.
Yeah, I'm saying we just disarm everyone.
I don't see a way to do this without me dying or Legendo dying.
yeah, someone's gotta die.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Because
obviously.
or we just wait it out, nothing happens.
No.
No.
Yeah, no, someone's gotta die. Someone's always
Can
gonna die.
we? Okay,
Then let's just go kill Kim
for
because he
me,
attacked
I
me.
need to kill Legendo. We need to kill Legendo.
Fine. Kim dies and Lagundo dies.
Who is the
What about
most
Ryan?
close with Legundo? Because we can use that to our advantage.
Exactly. I'm saying we should go question someone.
Are you flying? Oh no, you're on the gate.
Okay, well, it's fine. How about we do this? Screw it. I've been trying not to conspire to kill anyone. We'll just do this. We'll go kill Ryan. Once Ryan's dead, we go kill Kim, and then the five of us just slaughter Lagundo. We go to bed. Purge over.
Why do you want to
We
kill
don't
Ryan?
necessarily have to kill him. We can just disarm Ryan. I don't think Ryan's done anything in particular angry. We
Fine.
can
I'm
disarm him,
down to kill
strip
Kim.
him
I'm
of his
down to kill
armor and
Legendo.
his sword,
we
and
need-
we dip.
We need to feed the viewers. They're gonna want the blood.
Yeah. You
Yeah,
want
fine.
hostages, Kipley.
Fine. Let's just go slaughter Ryan then.
Let's not.
Hey Ryan.
Hey Ryan, you want to help us
I
slaughter
had your
some
back.
people?
I had your back. I didn't want to kill you, Ryan.
I know you did, Robert, but the rest of you guys are snakes.
Hey, I said you haven't done anything
That's true. That's true, Kipling.
Not kill you.
I was just saying we shouldn't disarm. We should
Sean, what's wrong with you?
Sean just wants blood. He wants
Yeah.
blood.
I said
That's
someone's
fair.
gonna die. Unfortunately, Ryan, you've been working with Lagundo.
I haven't been. That's the thing. Oh my gosh.
All right, come down here. Ryan, come down here. Take your armor off. We won't kill you.
Come down here. I'm below you guys.
Okay, come up here. Take your armor off. We won't kill you.
Most likely here.
Yeah, but hold on. We gotta deal with Ryan. Take the armor off, Ryan.
All right.
I'm not gonna kill Ryan. I hope you guys don't either.
I won't kill Ryan. If he plays, he'll survive Purge.
I ain't got space for that.
I didn't have any plans to hurt any of you. So I mean, you can have my armor. It's gonna be, you know.
Man, the muscles
Look at
that
those
you got.
chiseled abs. He doesn't need
This is armor right there.
Are you teaming with Lagundo?
No, I'm not.
He's saying, so where's everyone meeting?
Okay. I want to kill Kim. That is all I want. He attacked me twice, and I survived 2 attacks. The first one I only survived because I told him I had invincibility. The second one, I had to drink an invisibility potion because he started shooting. He wanted to test invincible armor. So.
I told Kim I was alone in the village. Should I get my armor back so it's convincing?
Oh, I feel bad about this.
We should all everyone pile into a house. Everyone pile into a house. I'll get them into the house. Or I don't know. I'm just I'm trying to come up with a way to get Kim here.
Yeah.
Are you joking me?
We must show force again.
Everyone go into a confined, easily travelable area. That works.
Do you really think Kim's gonna show up with all of us here? Gotta be at least out of sight. I told him I was here with Kipley.
Oh, so I can stay.
Yeah. If me and Kipley want to just stay out in the open, and you guys kind of.
You saw me with Kipley.
Ah.
Oh boy.
Oh. That is Shadow. Oh. That is Kim. That's Kim and Lagundo.
Down to the water, on the trees.
Yeah, I spotted them. They started coming at me.
Is it easy with Kim?
Yeah.
Yep.
They're both just
Yeah,
sitting there
they're-
talking.
Okay,
and
new
they,
plan, new
Oh,
plan, new
and
plan.
they see me.
Oh yeah, everyone's in the.
Should we sacrifice Ryan? Should we sacrifice Ryan?
Hey, hold up. I mean, I don't like that idea.
Listen.
I don't like that idea.
You know what, Ryan?
are a cult.
Ryan is complying, and so I'm okay with keeping him alive.
All right, Ryan, you go up. You're the messenger. Go up and talk to them. If they remove their armor, they can survive Purge.
Okay, I'll let him know.
So you're the example.
Example.
Hey guys, I come completely unarmored except for my pants because Kipley wanted me to wear pants. I got a message from Sean. Essentially, he wanted to say, if you want to survive the purge, you've got to drop your armor, except
Here
for
we
your pants,
go.
according to Kipley.
Here's
And,
where it
you can
is.
survive. That's currently how things stand.
Were you guys listening to Sean?
Well, I was more caught listening in on their conversation in a wall, but then I wasn't really given much of a choice. But yeah, I'm gonna go back up there.
Someone's coming down. You stay, Ryan.
This can all end
No,
tonight.
you stay.
I mean, it's possible, Lagundo.
Okay.
As far as I know, everyone can sleep through the night.
Who did this?
Who did this? Who put this big cabal together?
There's no big cabal.
The man in blue up there.
It's betraying the cult of mushroom that Kipley started. You're like, we'll never raise an arm against anyone else, and then you blow up my house.
Why do you got fireworks, Kim?
Why not? It's nice. It's really beautiful.
Wait, why does Kim have fireworks?
Who's shooting at me?
No one has to die. Literally everyone here can survive the purge.
Y'all are
I don't like standing in between all of these bows
so
drawn at each
predictable.
other. Do you mind if I
You
come
all
back
are
up there,
so
Sean?
predictable.
No, you stay in the middle.
Kim, you
Okay. Rude.
take the pants off too.
The pet.
Leave the man with some
I'm so
dignity,
sorry.
Sean. Leave the
Fine,
man
fine,
with
I'm so
some
sorry,
dignity.
Kipling.
Bye, guys.
No, keep him
Where is
on.
this Ryan?
Ryan, come here. Don't let them bully you, Ryan.
I want to know, Ryan, have you been working with Lagundo? Now's the time to answer.
I have not been working
Don't
with
be
Lagundo
bullying.
up
Don't
until-
let them bully you,
I
Ryan.
mean, I don't know if I should now, but like,
Listen,
This
if
is
you
the
say
last
yes,
chance you have.
we won't.
This is what started the whole thing.
Sean, I am being 100% honest here. I have not worked with Lagundo at all. Lagundo can back that up. Because if I had, I would be with him right now.
We found a god apple on day 1 and we made a little joke and you've all taken it so out of proportion.
No, we just have decided we're not killing anyone. As I've said from the beginning, I'm not going to kill anyone. I'm not going after anyone. I just
This is the most boring end to a video I've ever
Step away,
seen.
Ryan.
Is that an act
Kim
of war?
shot me.
No, it's just Sean. See, everyone. Why are you guys protecting Sean? He's
Ryan,
causing
run.
this. You guys are being manipulated. Stop that. Think for yourself.
Ryan, run. Ryan, run. Ryan, run.
Sheeps.
Hey, if I get shot, I'm dead.
Ryan, do not run.
Who's shooting at me? Actually?
Come back up here, Ryan.
Sneeve is shooting at me.
Oh, looking to help.
Sneeve.
Hello.
Ryan, come up. Who just tried to shoot Ryan? Who's?
Oh my gosh.
Sneeve.
Who was that?
Oh my god. Sneeve.
I was the first man in the Purge to die. So if you want to see what everyone else was up to, I have links in the description to everyone's videos. Please subscribe. I'll see you later.